everybody, Max Scoville here for Destructoid with your twice a week news update. I said I was going to be doing these on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I totally didn't do it this last Tuesday because I had to leave town to do some rather sad family things, and I apologize for that. But luckily, there's actually some news today. Yesterday there was a Nintendo Direct, and Nintendo announced a whole bunch of things that I will now tell you about so that you don't have to go and watch the whole thing yourself. Possibly the strangest and most interesting piece of news to come out of this Nintendo Direct is the announcement of a game tentatively called Legend of Zelda Hyrule Warriors, or just Hyrule Warriors, I'm not sure. This is a collaboration between Nintendo and Tecmo Koei, and it is a Wii U hack and slash that's basically Dynasty Warriors, except featuring none other than Link. So you've got Link jumping around with his sword, fighting familiar enemies, and lots and lots of them. I don't think I've ever seen this many enemies on screen in a Zelda game. So that is slated sometime for release in 2014. More details when we have them, I guess. Now, as I'm sure you're all well aware, 2013 has been named the year of Luigi, and it is slowly coming to an end, and we might have thought that this is all the Luigi we were going to get this year, but it's been announced that on December 31st of this year, the Wii U is going to be getting Dr. Luigi, which is Dr. Mario except with Luigi. I mean, I'm in with that. Apparently it's going to be a little bit easier than the original Dr. Mario was to try and, not terrify the younger children. I don't know how I feel about Luigi as a medical practitioner, but I mean, I'm willing to give him a shot. Anyway, that's coming very soon. And if you thought the year of Luigi was ending, it has been kind of extended indefinitely into 2014 with the announcement of this lovely Luigi statue, which is going to be available in March from the Nintendo Fancy Store for 1,500 coins. So if you would like that, better start saving those coins. It's a very cute statue. Another game that got announced is NES Remix, which is a Wii U downloadable title. It's 15 bucks, and oh, guess what? It's already out. When they announced it, it was released. So if you want to go check that out, you can. It is 15 bucks, and basically you have a bunch of classic Nintendo Entertainment System games, NES for those youngsters out there, like Excitebike and Donkey Kong and Mario Brothers. And they've been tweaked a little bit. They've taken familiar, gameplay elements from these classic games and made them a little bit more arcadey and more mini-game-like. So, for instance, there's some mashup stuff in there. Like, there's a part where you play a level of Donkey Kong as Link, but as we all know, Link can't jump unless he gets that Roc's Feather. But he doesn't have the Roc's Feather, so it's Link, and he's dodging barrels, but he has to just use the ladders, so he can't jump over the barrels. So it's stuff like that. Because this game is already out, Chris Carter was able to review it. The review is over on Destructoid.com. Chris gave it a 7.5 out of 10, saying that, for people who are huge fans of old Nintendo games, this is a fun thing, and for people who are, younger or maybe unfamiliar with them, this is a good introduction. It would have been a much better sell if it included the original games with it, but unfortunately it doesn't. And he hoped that kind of some of the mashup stuff would get a little bit weirder. But if you want to check it out, it's apparently about 10 hours worth of gameplay. That's a pretty good deal for 15 bucks. Fans of Chibi Robo will be happy to know that this familiar, adorable, lovable robot will be appearing in Photo Finder, which is a game coming to the 3DS sometime in the near future, in which you take pictures of things and then you have to sort of do stuff with them. It's augmented reality with the tiny robot. What could be better? Kirby Triple Deluxe is still in that kind of vague 2014 release window, but 2 new game modes have been announced. One is I think it's called Kirby Fighters, and you just have 4 Kirbys and they kind of fight each other. It's a multiplayer mode akin to Super Smash Bros. Another mode is DDD's Drum Dash, which is a rhythm game where you play as King DDD, and you have to drum things, presumably. So if you're excited for that, that is a thing. The 3DS sequel to Yoshi's Island, Yoshi's New Island, still doesn't have a solid release date. It's sometime in spring 2014, but in the meantime, in apparently early 2014, Sonic Lost World is going to be getting a Yoshi's Island themed DLC pack. So you can have Sonic the Hedgehog near some dinosaur eggs, and everyone will have a great time. Though that still would have been very confusing for me to see as an 8-year-old boy. I don't know, it's an odd mixture. Super Mario 3D World pleased a lot of people with the introduction of Rosalina, and she's not just appearing in that, she's also going to be appearing in Mario Kart 8 and in the new Super Smash Bros., which is coming to both Wii U and 3DS. So if you like Rosalina, well, good news, because 2014 is stacking up to be the year of Rosalina. And Luigi, also Luigi. The year of Luigi will continue, ad infinitum, forever. Now that about wraps up the Nintendo Direct announcements. There are a few other tidbits of things that are worth talking about. And a game was announced. It is by Warhorse Studios, which is a bunch of alumni from all different other cool, impressive studios, and they're working on a game called Deliverance Kingdom Come. No, wait, I got that backwards. It is Kingdom Come Deliverance, which is an open world RPG set in medieval times, but it's not fantasy, so there's no dragons or fireballs. And it's going to have, realistic combat and siege tactics and all those fun things. And it's going to be running on CryEngine, so it will look very pretty. Not really any solid news besides that, but there's this very dramatic trailer with lots of cool music, and then there's this tech demo they showed off a while back, which might give us some idea of what the finished game will look like. Now finally, here's a cool piece of news. If you are familiar with kind of legends of gaming lore, you might be familiar with the story of the classic Atari 2600 game, E.T. the Extraterrestrial. When I say classic, I mean infamous, because this game is absolutely terrible, and apparently more copies of the game were produced than people owned the Atari 2600, so it was kind of assumed that E.T. the game would be so exciting that people would love the movie so much they'd go out and buy a console just for the sake of this game. Unfortunately, the game sucked, and there were so many extra copies left over that they were, as legend has it, put on a truck and taken to the New Mexico desert and buried in a landfill. Well, now Microsoft has announced that the Xbox One is going to be getting an exclusive documentary series about some people who are going to go and track down those buried copies of E.T. the Extraterrestrial. So it's a treasure hunt for garbage in a landfill in New Mexico. I'm actually really into this. This sounds awesome. That's all your news for today. If you want more news, you can go check out Destructoid.com. There's lots of stories there, lots of fun things to talk about. Before we go, here's some sick Santa Claus fan art I drew, because Christmas is coming real soon. In fact, I don't know if I'm gonna be doing an episode next Tuesday, but I'll try to figure out something to put up for you to watch. Tune in tomorrow right here, youtube.com/DTOID at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. I'll be doing a stupid live show, and hopefully the camera's not screwed up and we're able to upload it on its own, and you can watch it even if you missed the live show. I'm Max Scoville. I ramble on too much. I'll see you guys later.